Ever felt frustrated being told PMS, heavy bleeding, and cramping are just normal parts of life? You are not alone. I loathed my monthly cycle for decades. That all changed when I earned 3 health coaching certifications discovering something incredible. Your period is vital. It is an outward sign of your inner health, and it holds the key to unlocking your full potential. I've been there battling heavy, painful periods, and I turn them into cycles with minimal PMS and cramping. Today, I'm on a mission to share that information with you. Pour a cup of your favorite drink, get comfy, and grab your headphones as we embark on a candid and empowering journey of self-discovery. Together, we'll demystify menstrual cycles, explore cyclical living, delve into natural birth control, and guide parents through those crucial period talks with tweens and teens. It's time to break the taboo around menstruation and embrace the wisdom it holds. I'm your host, Heather Allmendinger, and this is the Embracing Flow podcast. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Embracing Flow. I would like to introduce our guest today, an expert at Embracing Flow, my dot sister, Stephanie Keenan Ray. Welcome, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It is a beautiful fall day here on the East Coast. It's still sun shining enough that we can go out and soak up that vitamin D without heavy winter coats. And it's crisp air. The leaves are beautiful. So I'm in a happy mood.
Nice. Yeah, we got the sunshine, but the wind is wicked up here. So in Massachusetts. So yeah, we've got the sun, and actually I'm good in just my Irish sweater, like I didn't need to wear the winter coat either. But yeah.
Yeah, we're under a wind advisory until tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means we might lose power, but that's okay. That's for when it happens. Here is why I have Stephanie on today. She is an inner radiance, well-being, and creative guide. She's the founder of Natural Beauties Art and Ideas Creative Network and the CEO Elite membership, as well as a co-podcaster of the Smiling Souls podcast. Her co-host is Coach Wendy, who was on a few episodes ago. So if you missed that episode, please go back and listen. It was probably one of the craziest episodes I've ever done. Anyway, and all that Stephanie does, she guides women through simple rituals of self-care, holistic solutions, and creativity with a mission to help others shine from within, aging gracefully with confidence, joy, and inner peace. All of that is beautiful. And I know we have this love of essential oils. You have your Elite membership. Before we get into all of that wonderful stuff, would you be open to sharing a cycle story, and about what age did you begin cycling?
My first cycle was completely rememberable. So I was about 14. Yeah, I definitely was 14. I think I just turned 14. My mom was one of those moms that did not talk to you about anything. She let the school do the sex ed thing and teach us the things. And so I was not prepared at all. And I was at my dance recital. And the reason it is so extremely rememberable is we were doing a jazz dance. I believe it was Madonna. And we had these fluorescent outfits. Mine was fluorescent green with leggings and a little lace skirt and lace gloves. And you can envision the beauty of this 1991 or something, 92.
Fluorescents were big that time of year. Madonna,
green whole outfit. But my period came in the middle of that dance. And I did some splitty, I don't know, something. And the dance teachers were, of course, right in the front row. And so Amy and Natasha came to me after. And they were like, "Hey, Stephanie, come over here." And then they took me over to a quieter area. They're like, "You got your period." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I knew what they were talking about, but my brain was just I don't even know what you're talking about. And then they gave me some pads and all the things and, like, talked me through it, and I was so embarrassed because I was like, "Well, if they saw it, who else saw it? Like, how much of the audience saw my first period?"
Oh my god.
And, my mom never said a word about it. Luckily, between my sister and my sister wasn't living in the house anymore, so, yeah, I guess there were pads in the cabinet, like, she must have just supplied them knowing that it was going to be coming, and, so there were just pads in the cabinet, and I just stole them as I needed them, and that was my first period. And they always magically resupplied themselves, and I never had to talk to her, and she never had to talk to me. And actually, the funniest thing is, like, in high school, I made friends with this girl whose dad was her main caretaker, and, like, going to CVS with him, and he'd be like, "Okay, girls, do you need your thing, your feminine products?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god, why are you talking to me about?"
Kudos to that dad. I gotta say
Yeah,
kudos to that dad.
he was an awesome dad. But yeah, it was hilarious. Oh god, nightmares.
Oh my gosh. I'm sitting I'm envisioning like a split and the
Yeah, exactly.
oh my
Got
goodness.
it. You got it.
Wow. It hurts that I'm laughing at your
No, it's totally fine.
embarrassment, but on the flip side,
Like, it's one of those stories where you're super embarrassed, you laugh at it because of the ridiculousness. Like, I couldn't have had a black outfit that year.
no. No,
Uh,
it's better than white though.
right. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. To
and
add on to that embarrassment, you didn't happen to have your grandmother come out. Like I was at a family reunion
oh.
and we went swimming, but it wasn't in a pool, it was a pond.
Mhm.
Okay, because that's what we had. I had
Mhm.
no qualms playing in the pond. We went on a hayride, but I was still in my swimsuit and my clothing was inside. And my grandmother was gathering up the grandkids' clothing so that way when we got back, we could change and we could go home. She comes running out as we're leaving on the hayride. Now, I'm talking about 115 people here at this family reunion. She comes running out of this cabin with a bra in her hand, waving it like a flag, white flag up in the air. Heather, is this your bra? I'm 12.
Right.
I am like, my older cousins, no problem. My younger cousins have no idea what the heck's like, why is
Yeah.
Heather
What
wearing a
is
bra?
happening?
And I'm just sitting there and I'm pretty sure that my face was bright red. And I'm like, Grandma, yeah, that's mine. Go. Okay, thanks. Bye. She's like,
Yeah,
are you sure
exactly.
this is your bra? She's like yelling it over the tractor. And these people on this hayride, I'm just like, oh my God. Can the tractor just
Go.
floor just open up and the ground just open up and swallow me for just
Exactly.
but yes, okay. Now that
Funny.
so
Yeah.
I do understand in a different aspect laughing at our embarrassment
Yes.
because there's many oh my goodness, all the stories, all the embarrassing moments I've had, but that's just one that kind of just popped in there and it's funny yet embarrassing
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Right. It is, and but, like, at the same time, I can't tell you how many times I have thought of how kind Natasha and Amy were and how, like, wonderful they were, and, like, if I hadn't have had them, I can't imagine what like, if I had just come into the back and started to change into my next costume and then been like, like, I
Yeah.
probably would have just, like, stuffed toilet paper up there not knowing, like, where to get anything, so it's just yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that was that is very heartwarming of them and they were very good instructors to be able to just make you feel comfortable
Mhm.
in what just happened,
Yeah.
and then just let's go on with
Okay,
the show.
keep going.
Nobody saw
Exactly.
anything.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's
But
that was all that was purposely choreographed to have that spot there for that song.
right?
No problem.
Oh,
Did any of this impact where you are now with how you got to where you're at now?
I don't think that did
Maybe
necessarily.
not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've always been for me, natural healing and wellness has always been kind of in my veins, and it's been a long route. I guess maybe the part of kinda caring for people and trying to help them feel comfortable with who they are instead of, like, covering it up, right?
Yep. How did you get involved with the essential oils part?
Well, I since I was a kid, I had been into wellness and natural solutions, and I don't know, I think somewhere in my early 20s, somehow I got my hands on essential oils and I started learning about aromatherapy. And so I was just kind of dabbling and using it aromatically in my house. That was my primary use. And then when I went to aesthetic school, using it in spa therapy, thought I was using a therapeutic grade brand. And eventually, my friend came to me and started talking about doTERRA, and I was very judgy. I was like, I use therapeutic grade oils. I'm totally fine. Like those are just overpriced, whatever." And then I kept smelling her oils and kind of going, "Interesting." And then she took me to a class and I learned just like the difference in the quality and the science behind them and all the things. And I was like, damn it. So I started looking into my oils that I was using and realized that they were not nearly as pure as they said they were. And then I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna use these up and get some better oils.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
yeah, so I guess it's been crap like 27 years I've been using oils. Just
I
different degrees of use, you know?
yeah. I started using them. I've been aware of them, but it was one of those it wasn't until probably, oh, within the last 10 years or so
Hmm.
that fragrances started giving me headaches.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, well, let's switch to essential oils."
Hmm.
And some of the essential oils started giving me headaches. I'm like,
Yep.
I thought these are supposed to be better. Why is my body reacting?
Hmm.
Um, and I tried one brand, and for the longest time, for about a year or two, no problems. Then all of a
Yep.
sudden, I started getting headaches with them.
Yep.
And I was like, hold on, these are supposed to be really good
Hmm.
essential oils. And I found out that they changed the formulas or they
Yep.
changed the composition.
Yep.
And I've heard about a friend of mine had doTERRA. And I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, okay, this is great. I still have a roller ball from that I made. She's like, yeah, just tell me what scents you like and we'll mix them up all together. I'm like, how is that going to smell at the end? Actually, it smells absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea what scents I put in it.
Yeah.
It's been probably 15 years, but it's this little tiny roller ball. I love it. I use it very sparingly, obviously, because it's like a 5 milliliter roller ball, if
Yep.
not a one. It's
Mhm.
tiny.
Tiny.
But I was introduced back then, and now I'm clearing out the ones that I have that
Mhm.
haven't given me headaches in the past. I'm clearing those out and replacing them
Yeah.
with the doTERRA because I'm not getting the headaches.
Yeah.
And if I'm not getting headaches, that's I'm pretty sure others aren't.
Correct.
But yeah, it's familiar with them, not to the degree that you are.
Yeah.
And how do they help with hormones and the women's issues that we struggle with?
Correct. The oils, whether we use them internally, topically, or aromatically, even just aromatically, the molecular structure is so tiny that when we inhale it from the bottle or from a diffuser, it actually gets into our body and it gets into our bloodstream within about 30 seconds of us inhaling or applying it to our skin. And then they go to where our body needs it. So there are certain, and they all have unique chemical constituents. So, they will support our bodies in many different ways. They all have so many like antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, anti everything. You know what I mean? Like these of the ways we want it to be. Um, and they have these just incredible properties that help heal, repair. balance our body system. So they basically, it comes down to that the essential oils are made out of parts of the plants. They're steam distilled for the most part. And ultimately, kind of what we say is what protects the plant protects us. Those same constituents that would protect the plant are going to protect us. So there's certain ones, like kind of the standout ones that would help us with our cycles and with our balancing our hormones are like lavender, clary sage, geranium, ylang ylang. Yeah. Recently I've added in spearmint for my menopause ladies, but those are kind of the big ones, the big hitters. There's obviously others that can help in certain ways, but those are kind of my key ones that definitely help with feminine hormones and just keeping things balanced and feeling better. And, they even ease some of them, can help ease the pain when you're in a menstrual cycle of time. And yeah, it's incredible.
And how can these oils outside of just the cycle, I know with the different phases and everything, but the same ones that are used to align those hormones, can they also be used to help relax us or
Mhm.
energize
Absolutely.
us or just reduce that calm or just
Yeah.
induce the calm
Mhm.
uh, so that way or ground us?
Yes. Yes. And yeah, so that's, I think that's the other thing is like thinking about oils and yes, those same ones that I just said, lavender, we all know it's very calm and soothing. I find most of those oils, I'm not a huge fan of the aroma of clary sage or geranium just on their own. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way and diffuse it. But to use it topically blended with something else is totally fine by me. There are people I know who are like freaking in love with those oils though. Because everybody's nose is different. And I also believe that like what we're attracted to is what our body truly needs. So, if you're like, oh my God, I need me some clary sage, go for it. But But, like, we're all gonna react a little differently to any oil, but having those ones that can help ground, center, balance us, maybe, yeah, the citruses and the peppermints that help uplift us in those times when we're just feeling a little sluggish. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I love oils so much is just putting a different blend in the diffuser, I'm gonna shift the energy of my household. I'm gonna shift the energy of my mind and body. So yeah, the our medicine cabinet is nothing but oils, and we use them for caring for ourselves, but also for just creating an environment in the house. I used to have a set of roller blends that I basically wore them like perfume. And when I worked at an office, it was like, okay, what do I need today? So is it like the motivating blend? Is it the cheerful blend? Is it the like peace blend? Like, do I need to be like I got energy to actually show up? Or is it that I need to just be grounded? Whatever. And yeah, that's kinda how we attack it in our household for sure, is just reach for the bottle that we need in that moment.
Yeah, the one of the ones that I've come across that in my research was the vetiver or
Oh, yeah,
vetiver.
yeah.
That is a very
Yes.
strong, earthy is the
Yes.
best way that I can describe that scent,
Mhm.
and I
Yep.
I had it for a sleep spray with magnesium oil.
Oh, yeah. Well, we
Um,
gotta blind that one a little bit with
I
something nicer
and
'cause
yeah,
otherwise
there was definitely some other stuff in it, but when you I was actually really surprised by how many individuals picked that up as a sleep spray,
yeah.
and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I'm thinking, okay."
Mhm.
Like I said, it is blended with other oils to kinda soften
Yeah.
the earthiness of it.
It's
Um,
super earthy. I have a hard time with that one, but it's like magic as far as truly grounding, and it's made
mhm.
from, a grass. So it's a grass that is I mean, for doTERRA, we source it from Haiti, and yeah, it's almost one of those where you almost feel like gravitational pull, like, to ground you. That's how intense it is, and it's one that's, like, super thick, so when you drip it out of the bottle, it's like molasses coming out, so you're sitting there for like 10 hours just to get like one little drip, but that one little drip will do you. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
Yeah, because usually I'm like, "Okay, I've gotta do a drip," and I'm like, just a small tip and boop, it's in there, okay. But with this,
Mhm.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Okay, am I holding the bottle wrong?"
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
Really, it's taking
man.
it's a full bottle. I just opened it, but oh my word.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
my one of my favorites, and Lang Lang is one of my favorites,
It's one of my favorites too.
although super, super sweet smelling. The other one's Roman chamomile.
Yes.
It's a subtle sweet,
Yes.
but I love adding that to different roller balls or different sprays that I do. I lavender and lemon. I do that for a sleep spray. I did a roller ball, a sleep spray, and a magnesium lotion
Oh,
with a
nice.
little bit of Roman chamomile in that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. They're like, "Oh, that smells so good." Like,
Yes. Yep.
I have
So
some of that upstairs, but yeah, those 2 are 2 are my absolute favorites other than
for sure.
rose.
Yeah.
Only
Yes.
because with rose having that hurts, that energy, that high it my understanding,
It's
rose
the one of the highest,
eh
energetic, what is the word? Like,
yeah,
it has high vibration, very, very, very
yes.
high vibration. It also is amazing for women's health. So it's,
Mhm,
one of those key ones that you're gonna use to help with just about anything feminine, you
and
know?
it's not the grandma's kitchen or grandma's bathroom rose
No,
either.
no, no.
It's not that perfumey rose.
Yeah.
The rose that is the essential oil, it is a vibrant rose, like a good smelling rose that you find in your garden.
Mhm. It is, it is. It's so cool. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. For me, yeah, ylang ylang's definitely one of my top ones. It's just so calming, and to me, I feel like it's an exotic smell, but the funny thing is I giggle because my best friend's mom growing up, she would use ylang ylang with, like, coconut oil or something for her moisturizer, and I remember that smell, but when I was little, I was like, "That's a weird smell." Like, it kinda went along with her, she used the, incense, she'd have incense burning in the house, so I'd just be like, "Yeah, weird hippie smell, okay, I don't know what that is, okay." Mhm. But now it's like I just giggle every time I put it on because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I've turned into her, I've turned into her."
Yep. I use the rose. I made my own lotion. Well, not the lotion. The lotion I use a store-bought brand that for the most part is relatively clean.
Yeah.
But I added the Roman chamomile, ylang ylang, and a
Mhm.
little bit of rose.
Yes,
Um,
sounds decadent.
and it's a heartwarming, energizing yet grounded.
It's like a hug.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very subtle.
Mhm. Yep.
It and I
Soft.
love I
Yeah.
just sit there and I'm like, "Ah,
Yeah.
smells so lovely."
Yes, that is a great combination and, fabulous. Fabulous as far as the benefits for yourself. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's in my that's upstairs in my cabinet and I look forward to every time I get to make it. And if I get
Mhm.
an unscented body wash,
Mhm.
do that mixture. And so that way I have a body wash that matches my lotion.
Yep.
And it's great for all 4 phases of the cycle
Yep.
because I know that scents our body likes different scents during different phases, but this is one that my my nose enjoys the entire cycle.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
It's not going, "Ew, no, let's switch it up."
Mhm.
I need more of a citrusy scent or I want more of a floral. This one bridges the entire cycle, which is great.
Right.
But
Yeah.
on the flip side,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I'm like, but no, I just love those 3 together. And I found kind of the mixture. When I was making rollerballs, it was called Heartfelt, and I didn't understand why, and now I know why since I looked into the ingredients of it or the different scents and why
Yes.
it's called that. Y-
Absolutely.
You have you're launching a course.
I do. Yeah, it's called Creativity Unleashed. It's a 10-week long program that taps into self care and wellness with creativity. So each week we meet for 90 minutes and there's a theme to the week, and we will do some sort of mindfulness, self care practice. We'll do a little journaling around whatever the topic is. To have a little discussion, and then we do some sort of creative painting or drawing or whatever it may be. I encourage a lot of abstract art because, one, it's not really about me teaching you how to draw a tree, it's more about getting your emotions out. And abstract is one of the best ways to do that because there is no judgment. There is no right or wrong. It's just, what are you feeling? Like, are you feeling feisty and need to be like, or is it like gentle, you know? So yeah, it's the first time I had this course, everyone in it did not consider themselves creative at all, but they were like, I trust you and I need self-care. So they were like, we're on the journey. And after the first class, they had this confidence in themselves of like, oh, wait, I can do this. And they knew that it was a very safe, non judgmental space as well. But it's been an incredible program to be teaching because when we get in, first off, we all need a little self care. We need a little self love. We need to tap into ways to find practices and tools, mini rituals that will help us have some self-care, but that doesn't take, half a day at the spa because that's not reasonable. And give you tools. So we use a lot of oils. We use breath work and meditation. Those are some of my biggest ones. But then we will also, do the journaling and just have those discussions. And I think honestly, just setting aside that 90 minutes a week to do this, that in and of itself is self-care. But when we start tapping into the creativity piece is kind of amazing because once you start playing, you spark joy and happiness and more peace in your body. You're glowing from inside out, which add those self-care rituals, you're going to really be. But then the other thing is it helps with our problem solving skills. That same energy that we use for creativity helps with boosting our problem solving skills and our communication skills and our just so many things. And so in tapping into creativity, we show up better because we are happier, we're healthier, we're like better humans. So we show up better for our family, but we also show up better for our work or our business. And then we've gotten into that energy that helps our business, which allows us to do better. And so after the end of the 10 weeks, everyone was surprised that they had amazing transformations happen in their personal and their professional life just from doing this course, like, and that they didn't expect, they didn't plan, and it's just amazing. So, helping people do that and have tools that they can go back to, like some of the women that started in June, they're like, I still pick up my sketch pad because of you now. And I had never done that because I wasn't creative, so it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen when you first launched that, I've seen the comments like, I didn't realize I could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that just putting pen to paper and having no direction, just letting my hand flow would impact my mood.
Yeah.
And the end result is really is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm floored by some of the things the ladies create. One of the hardest weeks for me to explain to them is like, there's one week where I'll be like, okay, so this week we're going to do a self portrait. And they're all like, because they're like, I still draw people the way I drew them in second grade. And I'm like, that doesn't really matter and so then I'll show them a bunch of pieces of art of how it doesn't have to be realistic. It can be a representation of the things that represent you. It can be abstract. It can be all sorts of different things. You don't even have to be looking at the camera. Like, so I showed them like the Rockwell painting of him painting, drawing his picture, and in his messy studio. It's so cool. And so it's been amazing to see what different people interpret their self-portrait as. Like, oh my God, some of them are so beautiful. It's amazing.
And it's what's interesting is not that long ago, I think it was probably last week,
Mhm.
there was a lady in the one group, a local group that I'm part of on Facebook. She's like, I get massages once a month, but my therapist says I need more self-care.
Mhm.
What are your self-care go-to things? And they were like, oh, well, you can do this, that, and like activities, or there were a few of us that said, what brings you joy?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever brings you joy. If it's grabbing a book and sitting at a coffee shop, if
Mhm.
it's sitting in a bathtub, if it's sitting in nature, if it's counting the bugs on the windowsill,
Yep.
what brings you joy? That's what you,
Mhm.
if it's laying in bed underneath 3,000 blankets, that brings you joy. It doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily have to cost you
Anything.
any money.
Yeah.
It costs you time, but that time is you investing in yourself.
Correct.
And when you invest in yourself, things change in a
Mhm.
good way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, and is it drawing or is it painting? Is it singing? Is it what is it? Is it speeches? What brings the biggest thing is what brings you joy?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, like even this past weekend, I woke up Saturday morning thinking I didn't have much on my agenda, then remembering I had to teach class at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. And so I was like, well, that kind of interrupts the day. Um, but I was like this close to calling my best friend and be like, let's go to Rhode Island and look at the ocean because I need to see the ocean because I need to be recharged. And, then the next day, another friend called me and said, hey, I need to get some vitamin C and go to the ocean. So, yeah, we ended up going to Rhode Island and, just hanging up for a couple hours. And it was awesome. And we didn't even make it down to like where we would normally go because we didn't have that much time. We just were like, okay, we'll just kind of get into the Bay Area. It'll be fine. Like just to see some water. That's all we need.
Yeah. That's one of the beautiful things about where I'm at. I've always been drawn to water. It's always been calming and soothing for me. I live, I can't hear it, but I am within a quarter mile of a creek.
That's awesome.
And there are times that I'll say to my partner, or I'll be like, I need to go to the creek. I need to go stand in the water
Mhm.
and let that water just
Wow.
wash away this energy that I have because I can't get rid of it any other way.
Yep.
And the song from Pocahontas keeps playing in my head about that river is never the same river. I mean,
Yep.
you're looking at the river, and what you're looking at this second is not the same river the next second because
Mhm.
whatever was there in front of you is now downstream
Mhm.
because it's constantly flowing.
Yep.
And it's when I step, sometimes it doesn't have to be deep, it can be ankle deep, it can be
Mhm.
shin deep. Just, I can feel the energy, just the water, just take it, whatever's inside, and just take it downstream.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't even have to get in the water. It's just
Mhm.
sitting by it and looking at the organisms, the crayfish or the minnows or whatever I see. That helps me reframe sometimes what I'm going through. And sometimes it's just the smell. It's a clean smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, During the early spring or after a lot of rain, I'm very fortunate to have a spring house that I have water trickling in it. And I love going in there and just hearing the water trickle into the spring house.
Cool.
It just it's my calming spot. Can you tell I'm a Scorpio? Maybe that's what has this whole water thing guys going on, but yeah, it just I'm drawn to that water. Energizes me.
Mhm.
So, and luckily I do live in nature, so nature energizes me. I forgot how much I enjoy camping.
Right.
And believe it or not, sleeping in a tent. My feet were frigid the other week, but I slept in a tent. Like, I forgot how much I enjoyed this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, you gotta just do the things that make you happy, whether it's a hobby or, yeah, making that time for yourself to go camping or go do the thing that makes you happy. Yeah, I have a very good friend who lives in Connecticut, and it's like we will just we used to try to get together like once a month because it was like we knew it just recharges us, whereas so it doesn't always happen once a month anymore, but we do it as much as we can. And because we recharge each other's battery, by spending time together and doing art together and just being in nature. Yeah, all the things that those are all our things.
And it's important. We have to do that because if we don't, I'm sure you've seen it. I know I've seen it. Stress kills you. It
Oh yeah.
ages you in
Mhm.
all different ways. It lowers your life expectancy.
Oh yeah.
It just, it's a snowball effect.
It is, yeah. My sister's one of those people that's used to say to me, like, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." And I was like, "Yeah, and you're gonna die way sooner than the rest of us. Like, what are you doing? Like, you need to sleep." And, yeah, I've never understood that one.
I,
But, yeah, the whole I mean, we all experience stress. We all and if we let ourselves get to the point of exhaustion and the point of burnout and the point of utter chaos in our life, we're just going to break,
Mhm.
And so if we can have tools, if we can help people with tools that help them, why wouldn't that's my world. Why wouldn't we, right? So
Exactly. Why wouldn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. And just a kind of quick example. I was in a relationship, oh my goodness, almost 20 years ago. I was in my late 20s,
Mhm.
and my stepfather looked at me and he said, no, again, I said, late 20s. I'm in my late 20s. He said, Heather, what you're going through, you look like you're on the hard side of 40. It took me a few years, but I
Mhm.
removed myself from that situation.
Yep.
Within 3 months, I look, people that had known me for years did not recognize me
Yeah. Yeah.
because the stress that was there was gone.
Mhm.
Now in my late 40s, I ask people, just how old do you think I am? And they're like, oh, well, I don't. I said, no, you can obviously insult me. However, but honestly, they're like, probably late 30s, early 40s. And I was like, thank you. And I have no problem sharing my age. I'm
Right.
proud to look like the way I do at the
Mhm.
age that I am. I've, and yes, part of that's genetics, but I've implemented the self care
Mhm.
that I didn't have
Yeah.
in that stressful situation.
Yeah.
I've been through burnout. I've been through burnout a lot,
Mhm.
and I don't like who I am
Mhm.
when I'm in those states.
Yeah.
I don't like my emotions. I don't like how I interact with people. I
Mhm.
don't like myself when I'm in those states. So I purposefully know some of those triggers.
Mhm.
I realize where I'm at. I'm like, all right, time out, Heather. You need to go do something before you turn into that person you don't like.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Mm.
it's taken me a while to figure out what those triggers are,
Mhm.
but it's never too late to figure out how
Mhm.
to find the joy in your life and be the person that you want to be
Correct.
and identify those triggers so you don't have to be the person you don't like. When
Correct.
you look in the mirror, do you like yourself? If you don't, you have the ability to change yourself at any
Mhm.
point in your life.
Yeah.
And self care helps you get there.
Does. It sure does. Yeah. Yeah. And, I kinda have this deep belief that, the innate little Heather, like who you were originally is the little girl that little girl needs to come out, right? And unfortunately, so many people that little girl has been buried by stories that people told them of you're not good enough, you're not an artist, you're not this, you're not that, or you are this or you're that. But it's like all these layers and layers that disguise us, and we no longer know who she is. So we have to tap into her. We have to find her. We have to rediscover her. And, and it's not just the playful, joyful part of that little girl, right? It's just who she innately is. Because we all came here as a human that had a specific energy and we just have to find it. So that's a big one for me. It's a really big one to start helping people find their little girl.
Yep. And it's not always easy finding that little girl.
No,
It's
no.
not always easy forgetting those lessons and what we've been told.
Mhm.
Yet when we do,
Mhm.
it's life altering.
Right.
It really truly is.
Yeah.
And you're living your life purpose. You're
Right.
living what you were brought here to do.
Correct. Yes. And I think that a lot of it is like you have to obviously address traumas or whatever may have occurred, but just being quiet enough to listen to your inner workings, right? Knowing who you are in within yourself, like who are you? And that is hard for a lot of people, just being quiet, just try and
Yes.
tap into, like sometimes like there's so many things. Like I've innately been able to kind of do energy work and things like that. And my mom will be like, "What do you mean you feel like this?" I was like, Do you not know how it feels in your body?" Like, it amazes me. It really does. But yeah, and I know that there are a lot of people that are not in touch with their bodies, right? And,
No.
so what got me the big thing that was like the launching point of me being curious about wellness was in sixth grade. My mom and I were in a car accident. And, so it's 3 months later, her shoulder froze. She did retail, so she couldn't reach up and get those clothes down. So we went to a chiropractor that my sister's friend worked for, and, turned out we both had slip discs in our neck and our back, and so through PT and chiropractic, I watched my mom get healed, and I was like, "That's amazing." But also, I had to have my own, chiropractic and some, uh, different therapies, but, uh, and my doctor was amazing. He knew that I was super interested. He knew I was very in tune, and so I'd ask him a million questions. He'd be telling me everything about what he was doing, and I could literally feel the difference after an adjustment during the adjustment, like he'd be doing it and I'd be like, "That's amazing. Okay, cool." And I could feel the difference of myself after. And then I think it was about 2 years later, I started point in ballet, and I would get adjusted because at that point we were still going pretty regular. I'd get adjusted on Wednesday morning, and by Wednesday night, I'd go up on my toe shoes and I could just feel everything go out of whack. And I'd be like, I need to go see Dr. Minkle again. So I basically like quit point in almost no time because I was like, well, this is horrible. I don't like this. But yeah, so for me, I've always had that ability to tune into my body and feel things and feel the differences of like good, bad, whatever, whether it's energy around me or people or whatever. But yeah, many people are not. And so kind of helping them get there is an interesting journey for sure. Yeah.
That it definitely is.
Hmm.
Where I know this will resonate and what you do will resonate with a lot of the listeners. Where can we find more about you, what you offer, how you do it? They're
Hmm.
interested in the CEO elite membership. Where can we find more about you?
Okay. So probably the easiest thing is just my link tree. So it's linktr.ee/natural_beauties. So Beauties. That'll have links to my website, links to schedule a consult with me, information about the programs and my socials and all the things. So, and the networking groups and everything. So, yeah, definitely check it out. I would love to be in touch and help you if possible. And yeah,
I love it. Linktree's amazing.
it is. It makes life so much easier.
It does. Before we go, do you have any wise words of wisdom for us to take with us?
Oh, Jesus.
In addition to what we just shared, you
Right?
shared over the course of our conversation.
I think that the most important thing is to ground yourself, be centered, and listen to your heart.
That is short but extremely profound.
Thank you.
If you actually really think about what was just said. Absolutely perfection right there. Thank you, Stephanie, so much for taking us on this enlightening journey into self-care and some essential oils. It has been a wonderful, wonderful time spending with you.
Thank you. It was lovely to be here, and I'm so happy we did this.
I am. The link that Stephanie shared can be found in our show notes. Thank you so much, listeners, for spending your time with us today. If you found a nugget of wisdom or a moment of empowerment, our mission is accomplished. Do you know someone who could benefit from this information? Please share Embracing Flow with them. In every phase, embrace it, love it, ground it, and be vividous. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow the show, submit a rating and review, and share it with your friends. Visit my website, embracingflowpodcast.com, to receive your free guide on 4 ways to decrease PMS. The link is in the show notes. Information shared on the Embracing Flow podcast is for educational purposes only. It does not constitute medical advice. Until next time, love hard, laugh often, and always be vividous.